Imagine stepping into your grandmother's backyard, where vibrant blooms once danced in the breeze, filling the air with sweet scents and a riot of colors that define summer, only to find them vanishing faster than you can say green thumb. Today, we're diving into the countdown of 15 beloved flowers that are disappearing from backyards this season, uncovering the hidden culprits behind their decline and why it's a loss that hits right in the nostalgic heart. Number 15. Zinnias. These cheerful annuals were the backbone of every victory garden during World War II, popping up in bold reds, yellows, and pinks to boost morale and fill vases with effortless charm. But modern gardeners are ditching them for trendier hybrids, blaming their susceptibility to powdery mildew in humid climates and the rise of low-maintenance perennials that do not need replanting every year. The irony? We've lost that spicy, earthy scent that drew butterflies by the dozen, turning backyards into sterile spaces devoid of the simple joy they brought. You'd never guess these tough survivors once symbolized enduring friendship. Number 14. Hollyhocks. Towering like sentinels along fences in Victorian-era cottages, these biennials offered layers of ruffled petals and soft pastels, creating natural privacy screens that whispered stories of old romance. Rust fungus has ravaged them relentlessly, combined with smaller urban lots where their height feels overwhelming, leading homeowners to opt for compact shrubs instead. What a tragedy to forfeit their velvety texture and honey-like aroma that perfumed lazy afternoons. Imagine, these giants were once folk remedies for soothing coughs, now fading into folklore. Number 13. Peonies. Bursting forth in lush, fluffy globes during late spring, peonies graced wedding bouquets and farmhouse tables for generations, their antique varieties passed down like family heirlooms. Climate shifts bringing hotter summers stress them out, while impatient millennials prefer instant gratification plants over ones that take years to mature, accelerating their decline through neglect. We've sacrificed that intoxicating rose-like fragrance and silky petal feel that evoked pure elegance. Did you know some bushes live over 100 years, outlasting the gardeners who planted them? Number 12. Sweet peas. Climbing delicately up trellises in Edwardian gardens, these vines delivered clusters of fragrant blossoms in lavender and white, harvested for nosegays that scented entire homes. Their need for cool weather clashes with warming trends, and the labor of staking them deters busy homeowners favoring no-fuss vines like clematis. The outrage lies in losing their candy-sweet perfume that captured the essence of spring innocence. You'd be surprised that Queen Victoria adored them so much, she had them grown in greenhouses year-round. Number 11. Marigolds. These hardy blooms lined vegetable patches in the 1950s, their golden heads warding off pests while adding a peppery tang to salads and dyes. Overuse in commercial landscaping made them seem passé, and new pest-resistant varieties of other flowers have pushed them aside amid concerns over their strong, musky odor offending modern noses. It's heartbreaking to wave goodbye to their zesty vibrancy that lit up dull corners like sunshine. Fun fact, ancient Aztecs revered them as sacred, using them in rituals for the dead. Number 10. Cosmos. With feathery foliage and daisy-like flowers swaying in wild meadows of yesteryear, Cosmos self-seeded freely, turning neglected plots into whimsical wonderlands. Urbanization and the preference for structured landscapes have labeled them as too weedy, while drought-tolerant succulents steal their spotlight in water-conscious regions. We've forfeited their light, airy grace, and subtle chamomile scent that invited pollinators to feast. Imagine, these space fillers once starred in NASA's experiments for growing in zero gravity. Number 9. Bleeding hearts. Arching stems dripping with pink heart-shaped pendants adorned shady nooks in colonial gardens, symbolizing tender emotions in folklore and poetry. Their sensitivity to heat waves from climate change, plus the trend towards sunny open yards, has made them rare sights, often replaced by hostas. The loss stings with the disappearance of their delicate, dewy texture that evoked fairy tale romance. Who knew these perennials were once used in herbal teas for calming the heart? Number 8. Snapdragons. Standing tall in neat rows along walkways, these playful flowers with jaws that snap when squeezed delighted children in mid-century backyards, coming in fiery hues that lasted through fall. Disease like rust and the shift to perennial borders have sidelined them, as gardeners seek blooms that don't require deadheading. It's a shame to miss their crisp, spicy aroma and velvety snap that sparked imagination. You'd never guess they were bred from wild Mediterranean species for Victorian flower clocks. Number 7. Irises. Elegant swords of foliage giving way to bearded blooms in royal purples and golds, decorated Renaissance paintings and pioneer homesteads alike. Wet winters promote rot, and the popularity of exotic orchids has overshadowed their reliability, leading to fewer heirloom varieties being propagated. We've let go of their silky petals and faint fruity scent that heralded spring's triumph. Surprisingly, the iris inspired the fleur-de-lis symbol, once emblazoned on French kings' banners. Number 6. Lily of the Valley. Carpeting woodland edges with tiny white bells in early 20th century estates, these ground covers released a heady perfume that perfumers bottled as essence of purity. Their invasive spread in some areas prompted restrictions, while shade-loving alternatives like ferns dominate now in minimalist designs. The tragedy is bidding farewell to their crisp, green apple fragrance that whispered of hidden glades. Did you know they're toxic, yet were Queen Elizabeth II's favorite wedding flower? Number 5. Phlox. Clustering in fragrant mounds that attracted hummingbirds to Grandma's porch, phlox painted summer evenings in soft pinks and whites during the Great Depression era. Powdery mildew epidemics and the allure of disease-resistant hybrids have diminished old stocks as backyards shrink and time for maintenance dwindles. It's outrageous to lose their buttery texture and honeyed scent that fostered community gatherings. You'd be amazed that Native Americans use them medicinally for eye washes. Number 4. Morning glories. Twining up arbors with trumpet-shaped blooms unfurling at dawn, these vines cloaked humble cottages in blues and purples, evoking dreams of far-off lands. Labeled invasive in warmer states, they've been banned or avoided, with slower-growing natives taking precedence amid ecological awareness. We've sacrificed their satiny petals and faint musky allure that greeted the morning light. Interestingly, ancient Mayans considered them sacred portals to the gods. Number 3. Black-eyed Susans. Dotting prairies and roadside gardens with sunny yellow rays around dark centers, these wildflowers symbolize justice in folktales and brightened Dust Bowl resilience. Herbicide use in monoculture lawns have eradicated them, while designers favor manicured aesthetics over their untamed vibe. The irony burns in forsaking their leathery durability and warm herbal tang that drew goldfinches. Fun fact, they're Maryland's state flower, once blanketing entire fields. Number 2. Dianthus. Frilly pinks edging borders with a clove-like spice, dianthus charmed Elizabethan knot gardens and were pinned as boutonnieres at dances. Soil preferences clash with compacted urban dirt, and flashier annuals like petunias have eclipsed them in catalogs. It's a poignant loss of their lacy edges and pungent aroma that lingered on clothes. You'd never guess Shakespeare mentioned them in his plays as emblems of affection. Number 1. Roses. The queen of the garden, rambling over arches in every hue imaginable, roses were exchanged as love tokens in medieval times and pruned meticulously in suburban oases. Thorniness, aphid attacks, and the myth of high maintenance have scared off new generations, with thornless knockouts failing to capture the old magic amid rising costs. We've tragically abandoned their velvety depth and intoxicating damask perfume that defined romance. Shockingly, some varieties trace back to ancient Persia, surviving empires only to fade from our yards. As we reflect on these vanishing blooms, it's clear they're casualties of a larger shift. Our rush toward low-maintenance, climate-resilient landscapes driven by urbanization, environmental pressures, and fast-fashion gardening trends that prioritize instant appeal over timeless connections. These flowers didn't just decorate, they wove into our cultural fabric, offering scents, stories, and solace that synthetic alternatives can't replicate. In a world of shrinking green spaces, their disappearance signals a deeper disconnect from nature's rhythms. If this stirred memories or sparked outrage, hit that subscribe button for more dives into forgotten flora. Next up, 10 easy ways to revive your grandma's garden favorites. Let's bring them back before it's too late.